Greetings, this is Sean, and today I am going to show you how I make this little mailbox for my Dollhouse Escape Room. And it's going to sit on the front porch. And anyway, there's not a lot of narration in this one. A few times I do chime in just to kind of explain what's going on certain things. But for the most part, it's just music and me building it. So I hope this is somewhat informative, and hopefully it's a little entertaining too. Anyway, be sure to leave comments and questions below if you have any. And as always, have a better day, as I always say. You'll notice here that I put the glue on top. It should have actually been on the side, because that piece there goes on the side of the piece and not on top of it. But I managed to fix it right there. After taking it out of the clamp, I noticed that it was a little bit crooked, so what I'm trying to do is just gently squeeze it back to being a little bit more square. So that's what you see me doing right here. I'm just kind of checking to make sure that it's all lined up the way it's supposed to be. The bottom was actually a little bit smaller than it should have been. It should have been a little bit bigger, and those are you can tell by the gaps that are on the bottom, but I'm not too worried about it. It's supposed to be an old-looking mailbox anyway. And here what I'm doing is I'm marking where the front side of it is, and I'm going to be cutting the two side pieces at an angle from that point there up to the corner where it meets the back, so that it's at an angle. And that's what I'm doing right now. It's just marking where those spots are, and then I'm going to cut along that line right there from the corner to that other corner. So now what I'm just going to do is just freehand mark that line, and then I'll take an X-Acto knife and cut that off. Now I'm going to stain it using my favorite marker. It's a Rust-Oleum touch-up stain marker, and I'm using the American Walnut coloring. Nice dark brown. I really like these because they're alcohol-based and not water-based, so they don't warp the wood when you're using them. I'm not too worried about getting everything all the way down inside of there stained, because the way it's going to be mounted, you won't be able to see into it anyway. So that's why I'm not too overly concerned about the inside of that. Here I'm sanding the hinge so that the glue will stick to it a little bit better. That's all I'm doing with this. And then, like I said before, I hate doing hinges, but here I'm trying to figure out, did I actually sand the right area of the hinge? But anyway, I make it work, as you'll see here in a minute. By the way, the reason I'm using that piece of wood is to hold it up off of the surface of the table, because the hinge is right there, and it was kind of lopsided, so that's why I've got it on the wood. And that little piece of wood that fell off, I was going to try and glue it back on, and I thought, I'm not going to bother. I think I spent more time doing this hinge than the rest of the project combined. This was just, it took me forever to get that hinge correct. And even then, it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to look, but it works, and that's all that matters. Oops. Well, oops. What can I say? There's got to be a better way to fix those hinges like that. Nails are just too big to go through that little tiny wood, so the struggle is real. As I've said before, I'm done with it. That's all I'm going to leave it right there. Now to just fix it to the side of the house once I get it, to that point, and I'll be good to go. I need to leave it alone so I don't break it again. Leave it alone, Sean. Anyway, hope this was somewhat entertaining. Hope it was informative in one way or another. And if you have any comments or questions, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comments below. And as always, have a better day, as I always say.